What's going on, man? I want to say, I'm a sports fan, big time sports fan. But I want to say that I think this year with the NBA playoffs, I think ESPN more than anybody else, but ESPN, TNT, and so on and so forth. I think pretty vast majority of the networks have done a piss poor job of analyzing the teams and the players inside of the playoffs. My only reason I come up with that opinion is because I watch how, say for example, the Boston and Miami series. You watch it when Miami wins. Boston's old. Garnett, is past his prime. Allen is past his prime, plus the injuries. Paul Pierce is, getting up there. And as soon as Boston wins, Garnett is rejuvenated. He's this. Look, let me tell you something. In basketball, man, that little day off, that doesn't do anything for those guys. It's just that. Just say, let's look at the facts. Boston is an old team. But just because they win one game and lose one game, that doesn't make them rejuvenated or make them old. They're consistently an old team. They have unbelievable teamwork. They have great chemistry. They've been together for a long time. That chemistry is going to pay off. They've been together longer than Miami. Now, let's go to Miami. You can't look at Miami and say, LeBron's choking. LeBron is great. Let's look at the facts. D-Wade did not have a good Eastern Conference Finals. He closed them out in Game 7. Yes, he did. Let's look at another fact. I don't give a damn if they win a championship or not. Eric Spoelstra is not the right coach for the Miami Heat. They're a very stagnant ISO. It's not even ISO. They're a very stagnant team. It's give the ball to Wade or LeBron and everybody else get the hell out the way. That's not good basketball. The movement of the ball is horrible for the most part. They just look like they're playing off talent as opposed to playing off a system that has talented players in it. So Eric Spoelstra is not a good coach regardless of what. These are the things that we need to focus on. Let's go to the Western Conference. San Antonio. Tim Duncan found a fountain of youth, and then as soon as he loses, he looks old. He can't handle Serge Ibaka. That's crap. He can't handle Serge Ibaka. Popovich is a great coach. Came up with a game plan. They whooped up on Oklahoma the first 2 games. Scotty Brooks, he made an adjustment by putting Cephalosha on Parker, which turned out to be a pretty good move because he frustrated Parker. Cephalosha fought through the picks because San Antonio is a pick and roll team. And Parker could not make any adjustments. If anything, it showed that Parker is a very good system player, not a superstar. But we say that San Antonio is old, and Tony Parker's like 29 years old. I just think that was a great coaching strategy by Scott Brooks to figure out a way to frustrate the key cog of their offense. And I don't think it's predicated off of San Antonio being old or whether they found a fountain of youth. Now let's look at Oklahoma City. I don't give a damn if they win a championship. Russell Westbrook is an erratic player. As great as he is, he's still erratic. He takes some of the worst shots in the world. His shot selection is piss poor. His field goal percentage is not great. He had a couple of great games in the series, but he had I think 2 great games in the series against San Antonio. But the rest of the games, he 9 for 24, 7 for 26. That's not good field goal percentage. Not when you're playing next to possibly the best scorer in the league. So those are the things I think that they should still focus on instead of jumping ship every time the wind blows. And I think that ESPN they're the biggest victim. They're the biggest criminal of this all. They did such a poor job. No one made a big deal about Garnett and Rondo walking off the court. And they wanted LeBron's head when he did it. It's so many things that. This is why I'm not the biggest fan of the media, even though I feel like if I was a part of the media, that I would try to bring a very honest outlook to it. Something like Charles Barkley. just say what's on my mind. But it's just it was very frustrating watching the analysts. You know, I love Magic Johnson, one of my favorite players of all time. But Magic, you did a piss poor job. Chris Broussard, love you to death. You did a piss poor job. John Barry, love you to death. You know, Georgia Tech guy, played for the Hawks, so on and so forth. You buried each team each way. Whenever Boston win, you buried Miami. Whenever Miami win, you buried Boston. Chris Wilbon he always does a great job of facilitating the, you know, like who speaks. You know, he's like the captain of the team. But, you know, I think he could have did better. I think he, you know, because I love Wilbon. He can challenge, you know, he challenged people's way of thinking, and I don't think he really did that a lot. He did at times. But, and he's very honest. He'd be like, hey, look, sometimes I do blow with wind. But, get it together, ESPN. Let's not do that with this finals. I think this is going to be one of the best finals we've ever seen. Won't be in the low post action, I tell you that. Because, you know, Oklahoma City is a spot-up jump shot shooting team, which I'm shocked they made it this far because, like Charles Barkley always say, you don't live with jumpers, you die by them. Miami is a slashing, penetrating team with no kind of offensive philosophy. And if Wade or LeBron gets hot, or Bosh get hot, I think Miami can. If Miami played to their full potential, they can beat Oklahoma City in 5. If Oklahoma City played to their full potential, they can beat Miami probably in 6 or 7. I don't know who's going to win. I have not analyzed each position, you know, so on and so forth. The only thing I know is that Oklahoma City has the advantage at head coach. That's all I know at the moment. And I don't need too much analysis for that. Gotta go. Bye.